Hi, my name is Jenny, and this is my son Bentley. Say hi! In 2022, Bentley was diagnosed with level 3 severe autism, global developmental delay, and sensory processing disorder. When receiving this diagnosis, we were left with more questions than answers. It's not like when you get a diagnosis like this, they wrap up a bunch of little papers and put a bow on it and be like, here's resources, here are some sources to get you help for your child. This is where Pervasive Parenting Center comes into play. For my family, this has been a significant lifeline to resources and programs that I had no idea even existed. They have put me in contact with people that have been able to answer questions and provide me with information on things I didn't even know that my son could qualify for. Pervasive Parenting Center not only provides us with innumerable amounts of resources, but they also provide support in the form of a support group for families like mine to go and just share in this journey and talk to people that know exactly what you're going through, because being a family with a child with a disability is super isolating. And by removing their funding, you may be taking away the only community that we have. Please help my child and so many other children like mine by preserving the funding for Pervasive Parenting Center and allowing these folks to continue to do the great work that they do. Thank you for your time and your consideration.
Maddie's diagnosed with an intellectual disability and ADHD. She hasn't always been my needy child. Since attending different events through PPC, there are things she can do. Without the program, I'm not sure we would have ever reached that goal. Russell is all boy, but when that ADHD kicks in, he can be a handful. PPC has a patients needed for him. Gracie altogether had different diagnoses. Gracie was off-standish and often suicidal. But she also had a connection with him. She is living and thriving in life now. Without the connection of PPC and Secret Santa, I'm not sure we would have ever seen that small. That showed the world she had finally connected and knew she belonged. PPC has helped with many IEPs and other things so many other things with my family. Our rural counties cannot afford to lose this grant. Parenting training, IEPs, SIB shops, peer mentoring, and screening, just to name a few.
My name is Piper Stallsworth. I'm a peer counselor at Pervasive Parenting, and I love being a peer counselor because I get to see the difference that pervasive parenting makes in all kinds of people's lives. Pervasive parenting makes people feel more confident and comfortable going out into the real world and doing things that they usually wouldn't feel comfortable doing. I have seen differences in the people who come to pervasive parenting who are seeking help and guidance and also just friendship. Especially in the summer camps, when peers come, they make new friends, they learn new life skills. I've learned new life skills even as being a mentor, and it is something that I think is very crucial and helpful to our community. Pervasive Parenting has started a community and a safe space for people who didn't have one before, where they can create new friendships and feel comfortable and around people who they know understand. When Pervasive Parenting came to my school, they gave me and plenty of my other students a safe space, just talking to us and informing us on things that we never knew and never heard about. The resources and things that I have learned through Pervasive Parenting help me in my daily life, and I don't know what I would have done if I wasn't able to go to Pervasive Parenting, going to the camps and making those friends. They have opened so many new doors for me, and I truly appreciate Pervasive Parenting, and I want to continue to be a part of that. Pervasive Parenting is the only community for some of these people, and without Pervasive Parenting, there will be so much devastation in our town. Without Pervasive Parenting, there will be less education in the schools, which is desperately needed, especially in this time. The people at Pervasive Parenting are continuously learning to help us and our community, and without them, that safe space will be gone, and that communication and education for people who need it, for people who don't understand, will be gone.
I'm thankful for Pervasive Parenting because they help me meet people that have siblings with disabilities. I'm thankful for the walk and the trivia night and the sensitive Santa. I'm thankful that they brought something like this to our area.
Hello, my name is Melissa Matthews, and I am making this video today to speak on behalf of the Pervasive Parenting Center as a parent and an educator. First, let me give you a little background on how and why we found the Pervasive Parenting Center. We have an adult disabled child. She's now in her early 30s. She was our first child. She's perfect in our eyes. She still is perfect in our eyes. But as she got into school, she struggled. She struggled really, really hard. And she hated school. She hated going to school because it was just so hard for her. She could never get anything right. She was later put on an IEP for medical reasons, and we thought there was going to be more. We sought help, but the educators and doctors all at that time just kept saying, she's got ADHD, she's got some learning disabilities, just keep working with her and she'll be fine. So that's just what we did. Fast forward through to high school, we knew that there was still something going on. We knew that there was something still just not quite right, but they just kept saying learning disabilities and ADHD. We finally saved up enough money after she graduated high school to take her to a child psychologist who specialized in learning disabilities. That is when we found out that not only did she have ADHD, but she was also autistic. She had dyslexia, she had dyscalculia, she only read on a 3rd grade level, and mentally she was between the ages of 10 and 14 years old. She got really depressed after high school, and so we sought counseling for her, and at that time, that's when the counselor said, hey, I have heard of this place, and I really think you guys should reach out to them. And that was the Pervasive Parenting Center in Poto, Oklahoma. They had a social group at the time for young adults to learn how to socialize properly. They learn important life skills, how to interact in groups. When she got out of her very first meeting that she attended, she said, and I will never forget it, Mom, I have found my place. I have found where I belong. And everyone there is just like me, and I can't wait to go back. She never had friends and things in school. It was very hard for her. So as a mother hearing that was just, that's a feeling and a joy I will never forget. And I will forever be thankful for Pervasive Parenting Center and Cody Tony because of this. She blossomed. Her confidence grew. Through the support of the Pervasive Parenting Center, she not only grew in confidence, but she has made many, many friends. She completed the Oklahoma Partners in Policy Making, and she is an advocate for herself and others. She has spoken at the Capitol building twice about her story and disabilities and how it affects others. I can say without a doubt that if it had not been for the Pervasive Parenting Center, she would not be where she's at today.
Hi, my name is Kim Coble. I'm the mother of 3 daughters, 21, 18, and 12. My oldest daughter, who's 21, Emma, has autism. She's been pretty well nonverbal since she was 3 years old. The thought of the Pervasive Parenting Center not getting funding devastates me. This center has been such a wonderful resource for myself and my family. Like I said, my daughter's been around since they started. Anytime I've had questions, Cody's been there to answer. Anytime I needed resources, Cody's been there. We live in very, very, very rural eastern Oklahoma. And the amount of help that the Pervasive Parenting Center provides to families who have nowhere else to turn, there are no words. If he doesn't have the answers, he's going to find them. If he doesn't know where to point you, he's going to figure it out, and he's going to send you that way. They are very passionate about helping all of these special needs children in our area. There is nothing around our area that even comes close to the Pervasive Parenting Center. They have helped so many families. Anytime I come across a special needs family in our area, that's the first place I point them. I give them the address, I give them the phone number, I give them Cody's name, because I know that he's going to do what he has to do to help these people, help these families, help these kids.
Hi, my name is Lexi Padilla, and I'm a social worker here at Poto Schools. For families with children who have disabilities, every resource matters. And here in southeastern Oklahoma, Pervasive Parenting is that lifeline for us. Pervasive Parenting helps connect our families with vital services and resources. They provide advocacy within our schools, and they educate our parents, caregivers, and even siblings of children with disabilities. Pervasive Parenting creates an environment where all of these families can feel seen, heard, understood, and welcomed. Without a resource like Pervasive Parenting, I don't know where I would turn for a lot of the families that I serve. Whether it's a new diagnosis and the family doesn't know where to start, what the future looks like, they just feel lost, or a family that's been in this a while and they need help with their teen or their young adult as they transition into adulthood. What does independence look like? Job readiness, life skills. Pervasive Parenting has never turned away a single family that I've sent their way, and they really give them a place to belong. Navigating all of these systems and programs can be really complex and intimidating. And without a service like Pervasive Parenting, these families would feel lost and probably give up, which would put the future, the educational future, and the overall well-being of these young adults at risk. They offer more than just support. They offer a place to belong for these families, and they hope. They feel overwhelmed, lost, they need direction, and Pervasive Parenting steps in every time. We live in rural Oklahoma, which you could probably consider a resource desert. So my hope is that this video will provide some advocacy, some awareness of Pervasive Parenting and how crucial they are to our community. Pervasive Parenting funding is at risk, and in my opinion, we can't afford to lose them.
Is there anything that you've learned over the years that just really sticks out to you?
Self-advocacy, because like I used to have a lot of trouble with that.
Okay.
But ever since I went to social group, I actually have been better at it. I learned a lot, and the people are nice.
That it gets people together and gives us a community where a lot of times we are not allowed to be in certain groups and that sort of stuff, or we're just kind of pushed to the side. We are actually able to hang out and be with people who can understand what we're going through, but also too, we learn to become more socialized so we can start integrating and being with people who are not like us. In other words, we get out of our shell.
Hello, my name is Ashley Rosa. So we have 2 daughters on the spectrum, one that's 8, she's about to turn 9, and then we have a 4-year-old who's about to turn 5. We got in touch with Pervasive Parenting Center when our oldest was probably around 2, close to 2, because we started noticing signs when she was around a year and a half. They gave us the resources needed to go have her tested, to be evaluated for autism. They helped us with resources and finding therapy centers to help her, and early intervention places like Sooner Start. If it wasn't for them, I don't even know where we would be, because that's how we found out where we needed to go and what to do and to help them, you know. So they also help with Sensitive Santa every year, which is a huge deal for us. We have a hard time just going anywhere in general that's large and crowded, And so Santa, I mean, it makes it for us every year. Alice has gotten used to seeing Santa and she just loves him. And Charlie started seeing Santa as well. And if we had to try to go somewhere else with them, I don't think we'd be able to do it. But they have been a huge, huge help for us. And they continue to help everyone else in finding the resources that they need. So please, please, make your considerations that there is a huge amount of us that use them for help in Oklahoma. Thank you.